Alright guys, so I am finally back from traveling and COD Mobile just released the brand new Season 7 update just a couple weeks ago. So you guys already know, I'll be sharing with you guys my top 5 best guns to use in multiplayer ranked. Whether you guys are just trying to improve, hit a rank goal, or even play for the leaderboard, there will definitely be a gun for you on this list. And aside from the top 5 guns, I will also be sharing my top 3 honorable mentions as well as my attachments for every single weapon on the list. Now, before we get into the video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. We are on our way to 300,000 subscribers. Now let's jump right into the video. Starting off at number 5, we have the Odin. The Odin is one of the most popular assault rifles we see in both ranked and competitive. You will find passive AR users maining this weapon as it is one of the best ARs to hold down long-range angles and power positions. However, there definitely is a downside to the Odin as it has a slower fire rate in comparison to other assault rifles like the Type 19 and the BP-50. But it has been compared to the DRH, so if a slower fire rate weapon with high damage is something you're looking for, the Odin is definitely a good weapon to try out. I would also highly recommend using the Mythic variant for this AR if you do have it, because with the red dot iron sight it comes with, it helps tremendously with accuracy. In comparison to the default, the red dot is also much more consistent and just visually cleaner. Next up, at number 4, we have the Man-O-War, specifically with the thermite rounds. So the main reason this AR is on my top 5 list and at number 4 is not for the regular Man-O-War, but actually with the thermite round attachment. This single ammo attachment changes the Man-O-War completely, taking it from a pretty mediocre AR to one of the most irritating guns to die to. Because of the thermite rounds, you're able to land damage onto opponents even after you stop shooting, which just means with the right amount of bullets, you can kill enemies even after you have died. But the best part about this gun, in my opinion, has to be its abilities to shoot down score streaks, and especially how fast it can shoot down these score streaks. From stealth choppers to Goliath, the thermite rounds can single-handedly take down high score streaks with ease, which I personally think makes the gun slightly broken, and I don't think COD Mobile really needed a thermite round attachment like this. Up next, at number 3, we have the HVK. It's crazy to think how dominant the HVK has been in the last few seasons of COD Mobile, and the crazier thing is it has not been nerfed. Yet, it is at my number 3 spot on the list. The only reason it is not the number 1 gun is simply because of how good or perhaps how broken our top 2 weapons are. The HVK has been a staple in Call of Duty Mobile MP, and it continues to be one of the best weapons you could use. With a fast time to kill and easy to control recoil pattern, this AR is one of my top recommended guns for both beginners and advanced players. It really doesn't take much to master the HVK, nor is it a hard gun to pick up. However, I would recommend using the legendary Cartridge Crusher. It is definitely one of my favorite go-to skins. It has a great iron sight and definitely helps with the accuracy. Now onto the number 2 weapon of Season 7, we have the DRH. The DRH is the most common AR you will see in Call of Duty Mobile Competitive, even though both the OTM mags are banned. You will see most AR mains in the professional comp settings using the DRH over guns like the Odin and Type 19. But for all my fellow rank warriors who just wants to dominate some lobbies, this gun with the 25 OTM mag is one of the best weapon choices in the game. Although it has a slower fire rate compared to other ARs, the time to kill makes up for it. I would recommend using the DRH to hold down power positions and head glitches, as it can beam players medium to long range. Before we get into the best gun of Season 7, I have 3 very great honorable mentions for players that want an alternative option. Up first, we have the Fennec. This is by far my favorite SMG and actually my favorite gun in COD Mobile overall. Although it is not one of the heavy meta guns, in terms of time to kill and fire rate, it is extremely fast, and arguably the best SMG in COD Mobile. If the meta wasn't so heavily favoring ARs, the Fennec would be much more dominant. But that doesn't mean you can't absolutely pop off with this gun. If you can learn to position yourself for aggressive, close-range gunfights, you can definitely destroy meta users with the Fennec. This gun is also especially good on close-range maps like Summit, Shoe House, Nuketown, etc. My second honorable mention is the Type 19. This is one of my favorite ARs, and personally, I would actually choose the Type 19 over both the HVK and the DRH. With a fast fire rate, it is definitely one of the faster ARs on this list. A lot of players have compared the gun to the Growl, which is fair as it has very similar stats, but I would say with the Mythic skin and the red dot sight, it brings the Type 19 to a whole other level of accurate. I find myself going back to this gun constantly, as personally I find this gun to be one of the easier ARs to use. Last up, my third honorable mention is the Tundra. The Tundra is by far my favorite sniper, and also the sniper you will see all of your favorite content creators and pro players using. It has a very fast ADS speed, and it is one of the most satisfying snipers to use. For my build, I do use the same exact build for both Search and Destroy, as well as respawn sniping. This is also the go-to sniper for players who like to play 1v1s and also custom lobbies. Ever since its release, it has topped the #1 spot and has yet to be replaced. So if you're a sniper main or just someone who wants to get into sniping, the Tundra is definitely the gun to use. Now finally, at the #1 gun of Season 7, we have, of course, by no surprise, the BP-50. Since the release of the BP-50, it has easily become one of, if not the best AR in the game. Even after the most recent update and the nerf that the BP-50 received, it is still the most common gun you will see in ranked, especially in higher level lobbies. I will admit I personally really enjoy using this gun for its easy to control recoil and a fast time to kill. It definitely is a broken gun that should be nerfed in my opinion, but since COD Mobile doesn't seem to have any plans of nerfing it anytime soon, you might as well use it in ranked to win you some games. Although the Mythic variant is definitely better as it has the red dot sight, the default is still commonly used and very much viable. Alright, so that basically wraps up my top 5 guns list of Season 7. Please let me know in the comments what guns I might have missed, or if there's any changes you would make to my list. And make sure you guys like up the video if you guys want COD Mobile to nerf the BP-50. And I'll see you guys in the next one.